Children, in the earlier classes we have discussed about derivative and applications of derivative, also rate of change, tangent, slope of tangent, normal and so on. Now, using derivative, let us see how to find maximum and minimum of a function, and also about the behavior of the function, that is curve. Just observe a curve, that means a function, let f be a real valued continuous function. Whether maximum exists for this function or not, at this point, if you can observe, f x has maximum value. Now, let us discuss whether maximum minimum exists for a function or not. In this function, a function f is said to have maximum at a point x naught if f x naught is greater than f x for every x belongs to interval I. In this interval, easily you can observe at x naught the function attains maximum value. And also you can observe one more thing, at this point f dash x naught is equal to 0. The derivative vanishes at that point. That means, using derivative you can also find where the function the curve changes its direction, and this point at a point where it does not changes its direction, the derivative will be 0. We say derivative vanishes. With this type of behavior also we can find using derivative. So, the function f is said to have maximum if f x naught is greater than f x, sometimes you can write equal also, no problem, for every x belongs to I, and this x naught is called point of maximum. Similarly, f is said to have minimum at x naught if f x naught is less than or equal to f x for every x belongs to I, and this point x naught is called point of minimum. So, in this way we can find maximum of a function and minimum of a function. In the case of minimum, the function will be like this: at this point derivative vanishes, f dash x naught is equal to 0, and this is the x naught. X naught is called point of minimum, and this f x naught is called minimum of the function. So, in this case f x naught is called maximum of the function. Children, observe this function. Now, tell me whether the function is increasing or decreasing in the interval a to f. Yes, the function is neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore, we divide the domain of the function into some intervals. Suppose you see, in the interval a to b, the function is increasing and it attains a maximum point where the derivative vanishes and it is not changing. From b to c, it is decreasing. Again from c to d, it is increasing. Again d to e, it is decreasing, and so on. So, that means, in the interval a to f, neither it is increasing nor decreasing, but if we divide the intervals into some intervals, it is increasing or decreasing. Also, you can observe some critical points are there. At some critical points, some values are existing. For example, this point at b and at d, and some points d and e, it is attaining minimum values. You can observe very easily. These two minimum values are called minima. That means, minima is nothing but plural of minimum values. And similarly, at b and at d, the function is attaining maximum values. So, therefore, if we can take this function like this, at b and d, the function is attaining maximum values. So, the plural of maximum value is maxima. Again, if you want maximum, you take a maximum of the maxima. So, out of these two maximum values, the maximum value is this. Therefore, at the point d, the function is attaining maximum. So, how to find maximum and minimum? We will use the derivative and we will discuss. Now, let us discuss using derivative how to find maximum and minimum of a function. Assume that a function is considered, f is a continuous real valued function in an open interval I, and consider a point x naught belongs to that interval I. We will say the function f x will have maximum at x naught if, we will see one condition, f dash x naught must be 0. So, what is meant by f dash x naught is equal to 0? At that point, the function must be having derivative is equal to 0. The function should not change its direction, sorry, it will change its direction, but the derivative at that point will be 0. So, first condition is derivative at that point must be equal to 0. Number 2 is for the maximum, the function must be increasing to the left of this x naught and the derivative must be negative to the right of x naught. That means the function must be increasing to the left of x naught and the function must be decreasing to the right of x naught. Then this point x naught will said to be point of maximum. But here we are taking simply locally, therefore it is called local maximum. That means x naught is called point of local maximum. Similarly, we will have point of local minimum. So here f dash x must be less than 0, sorry, must be greater than 0, that means positive, to the right of x naught, to the right of, that means just right of x naught, and f dash x naught or f dash x less than 0, that is negative to the right of, sorry, this is left, right of x naught. So then this point x naught is called point of local maximum and fx naught is called local maximum. See the difference between point of local maximum and local maximum. So how to get local maximum? That point you have to substitute in the given function, you will get local maximum. Similarly, let us recall how to find minimum of a function. Let x naught belongs to an interval, fx be the continuous real value function. X naught is called point of local minimum. If to the left of x naught the function must be decreasing, that means derivative must be negative. To the right of x naught the function must be increasing, that means the derivative must be positive. So then we call this x naught as point of local minimum, and if you substitute this x naught in the function, that means f of x naught will be local minimum, and this x naught will be point of local minimum, So in this way we find, that means to find the local maxima or local minima using first derivative test, we take 2 points x1 and x2 to the either side of the x naught and we find the sign of the derivative. If the sign is positive and negative, then we say that point x naught is point of local maximum. If the sign of the derivative is negative and positive on either side of x naught, then that point x naught is called point of local minimum. So in this way we use first derivative test to find maxima, local maxima and local minima. But one more method is there which is very easy to find local maxima and local minima using second derivative test. So using second derivative test, I will write second derivative test, which is very easy to find maxima, local minima of a function. Again consider f be a real valued continuous function, it is continuous. When we say the point x naught is called point of local maximum, means at that point derivative must vanish, that means f dash x naught is equal to 0. Instead of taking x1 and x2 on both sides of x naught, directly we will find f double dash, that means find the second derivative. If the second derivative, see here it is increasing, it is attaining to 0, that means derivative is 0 at that point, and after that it is changing its direction, that means f double dash is negative, that means that point is maximum. Therefore, if f dash x naught is equal to 0 and f double dash x naught is negative, then x naught is called point of local maximum, and f of x naught is called local maximum. Is it not? Once again see here, f dash x naught must be positive to the left of x naught, and after attaining the critical point, if it is negative, f double dash x naught is negative, then x naught is called point of local maximum and f of x naught is called local maximum. So similarly, we can discuss local minima also. If f dash x naught is decreasing, that means negative, after the critical point, if f double dash x is greater than 0, that means second derivative is 0, sorry, greater than 0, positive, then we say x naught is called point of local minimum and f of x naught is called local minimum. So f of x naught is local minimum and x naught is called point of local minimum. So in this way we find, instead of finding 2 points, second derivative will be very easy to find local maxima and local minima. Children, we will use second derivative test and we will find local maxima and local minima, also maximum and minimum of a function. Consider a function. The question is, if x is written a sentence, that means sometimes there may be maximum and minimum. It is not necessary that there must be a maximum for a function, there must be a minimum for a function. So, therefore, if exists, we will find local maxima and local minima. Also, we find maximum and minimum if exists for this function. So, f x is equal to so and so. Now, let us find the derivative f dash x. F dash x is equal to 3x square minus 9x minus 9. My suggestion is, you factorize f dash x here itself instead of equating 0 for critical points. Let us factorize here 3 into x square minus 3x minus 3, that is equal to 6x 2x. If we factorize 3 into x minus 3, x minus 1, x plus 1. Is it not? So, what I have done after finding the derivative, I have factorized it. Now, for local maxima and local minima, I will equate f dash x is equal to 0. Why I have to equate f dash x is equal to 0? We need critical point. We know that local maxima, local minima exists at a critical point only, at which the derivative vanishes. So, therefore, first let us find critical points. 3 into x minus 3 is into x plus 1 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to 3 comma x is equal to minus 1. So, if you use first derivative test, you take 2 points on either side of 3 and verify the sign plus minus or minus plus. If the sign is plus minus, that means plus minus, at that point maximum is exists. If the sign is minus plus, then at that point minimum exists and so on. So, instead of using first derivative test, I am using second derivative test, that is f double dash. So, let us find f double dash. F double dash x is equal to, so this is f dash x. What is the second derivative? 6x minus 6. Let us find f double dash at a critical point. What is f double dash? 3. F double dash 3 is equal to, substitute x is equal to 3, 18 is very clearly positive. Since f double dash 3 is positive, at x is equal to 3, maximum exists or minimum, it is positive. Therefore, f x at x is equal to 3, minimum exists, or x is equal to 3 is the point of local minimum. So, what is the local minimum? Therefore, local minimum is equal to f of 3. So, if you substitute f of 3 in the given function, you will get local minimum. So, if you substitute here 3 cube minus 3 into 3 square minus 9 into 3 plus 7 will give you the value. So, therefore, local minimum is equal to, since at x is equal to 3, minimum is existing, local minimum is equal to f of 3, substitute x is equal to 3 in the given function, you will get local minimum. So, if you substitute x is equal to 3 in the function, I am getting minus 20. So, minus 20 is local minimum. Then the next critical point is x is equal to minus 1. Find f double dash minus 1. Find f double dash at the another critical point, and here it is 6 into minus 1 into minus 6, which is clearly negative. We do not want value, we want sign, whether it is plus or positive or negative. If it is negative, then you are getting maximum, and if it is positive, you are getting minimum. So, therefore, at x is equal to minus 1 is point of local maximum. So, local maximum is equal to, substitute this x is equal to minus 1 in the given function, we get local maximum as 12. So, for this function, local minimum is minus 20, local maximum is 12. Then what about minimum and maximum? So, therefore, maximum is equal to, this local maximum is nothing but maximum. Why? If there are 2-3 maximum values, among all 3 maxima, we would have taken maximum. Since only one is existing, we take that local maximum is nothing but maximum, and similarly, minimum is nothing but local minimum. If suppose 2-3 minimum values are existing, minima, we take minimum among the minima and we declare that as minimum. So, here only one is there. So, minimum is minus 20. So, do not think about that negative value will be minimum, positive value will be maximum. So, according to condition you have to calculate, do not think about the numbers. Sometimes this may be smaller, this may be greater. So, in this way we find local maxima and local minima. In the last class, we have seen how to find maximum and minimum, also local maximum and local minimum of a polynomial function. Now, let us consider one trigonometric function and we will find maximum and minimum. In the case of trigonometric function, just see here, find local maxima and local minima if exists, and also find maximum and minimum of the function f x is equal to sin power 4x plus cos power 4x. An interval is also given 0 to pi by 2. Suppose if this interval is not given, there exist infinite points as critical points. Therefore, generally in trigonometric function, intervals will be given. According to intervals, we have to find critical points and we find maxima and minima. Now, let us solve the question. The function is f x is equal to sin power 4x plus cos power 4x. First, let us find derivative. F dash x is equal to, I am continuing the solution from this step. F dash x is equal to, what is the derivative of sin power 4x? 4 sin cube x into derivative of sin x is cos x plus cos power 4x derivative is 4 cos cube x into derivative of cos x is minus sin x. So, what is the common here? 4 sin x cos x is common here. I will take minus 4 sin x cos x as common. Now, tell me what do you get? You will get cos square x minus sin square x. Just see, I have taken minus 4 sin x cos x as common. So, this will become first, that is cos square x minus sin square x. Do you remember the formula for cos square x minus sin square x? What is cos square x minus sin square x? Is cos 2x. Very good. That is equal to, this can be written as minus 2 into 2 sin x cos x, and this can be written as cos 2x. What is 2 sin x cos x? Again sin 2x. That is equal to minus 2 sin 2x, and this can be written as cos 2x. So, what is 2 sin 2x cos 2x? Is sin 4x, that is minus sin 4x. So, this is the derivative of the function f x is equal to sin power 4x plus cos power 4x. For local maxima and local minima, for local maxima or local minima, we equate derivative of x, that means if f dash x to the 0 for the critical points, that is minus sin 4x is equal to 0, that is 4x is equal to, we will get so many values 0, pi, 2 pi and so on, because at all these points sin x is 0. So, therefore, the point which lies in the interval 0 to pi by 2 is x is equal to pi by 4. So, this is the critical point lies between 0 to pi by 4. Now, we will find out f double dash at this point. So, we have one critical point, that is x is equal to pi by 4. Now, first let us find out second derivative. What is second derivative of f x?